regretting this already. We are knee deep and I'm doing the equivalent of a CrossFit workout here. Big ones though, look at the size of them. Look at that guys, it's one monster Jenny and one decent buck. He's going to be legal for sure. She's crying.
Whoa, that is like so hot. I was expecting like regular chili hot.
Yeah, Belle.
Burny.
That's spicy.
It's nice.
Nice. Okay. She is struggling. Thanks, Belle. Ta.
Because there's a doggy. Enjoy your package.
Okay guys, here we go. We have 3 crab pots and a dream. It has been absolutely bucketing down for what feels like weeks, and it has been weeks actually. We flooded twice. It's been raining every second day. There's still pools of water all over the road now, and on top of that it's windy. So we're going on a foot mission, drop some pots in, and then tonight, or should I say 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going to pick them up in the dark and see what's going on. So should be an interesting one. Never done this type before, not with walking pots in and getting them at night, so this will be all new to me too, so jump in for the ride. It's going to be a bit wild, I reckon. Okay, got the new Plano waterproof backpack. This thing is awesome, can fit so much gear in this. Got crab bait, spare batteries, keys, phone, wallet, all that stuff. We got 3 pots, and that's how we're going to roll today. The car. I've got to carry these by hand all the way out on the mud flat, which is why I've only got 3, not 4, like I'm allowed, because 4's just too heavy. And I don't know whether you can see from those trees, but we're in a sheltered spot. And out there, it is as brown can get water-wise. So we got the best part of 25 knots today. So I've got all mic'd up, and I'm hoping that this mic can keep the majority of the wind out for you anyway, but we'll give it a crack anyway. We'll get these bad boys out. We'll see how we go. We've got no rain at the moment. That might change tonight, but regardless, we're going to send it. We're going to see whether we get some crabs out of this muddy, flooded water. We've been walking for a little while and we've just come across this rock bar here. So we've actually had a heap of floods. I don't know whether anyone knows Harvey Bay, but it's been on the news. We've been totally wiped out there one day, cars floating down the street and everything. And it's opened up all these new little creeks that have busted through, and this kind of rocky area. Like, this never used to be here. Obviously it's been covered by, the beach was probably like another 3 foot of sand underneath. And yeah, it's just opened up all these cool little areas. So there's still a lot of fresh water around, but I'm hoping, because all these new areas have been opened up, the crabs might have been washed out and they all might be on the move trying to find new homes, because she has been getting smashed here. And we have got a full moon leading up. I mean, look at this. This is a proper little creek here. This is cool. All tannin and brown from the fresh, but when she cleans up, might have some new fishing spots. So yeah, I'm trying to keep you away from the wind, but if I face the wind, I don't know whether you can hear that or not, but it is proper blowing. And yeah, got a long walk ahead of us, so these pots are bloody heavy. Tell you what, I wouldn't be doing it with 4 of them. Oh, that wind is really kicking in now, so I'll keep trudging on. Got a little creek up here, and then probably, I don't know, just under a kilometre stretch of open mangroves that just completely open out onto the bay before it hits a green zone. So always be mindful of your zones and where you are, and aren't allowed to put pots and fish and whatnot. But we're just going to work in a nice little close area here, because it's going to be a long walk for me regardless, and the tide is just on the turn now, so we're going to sit them here for a full high tide, and at low tide bright and early in the morning in the dark we're going to come out here with the torches and hopefully we've trapped a few big crabs. So turn the camera off while this wind's pumping, and turn yours back on when we're a bit closer to dropping the first pot. Okay, so we're just on our way up. You can kind of see this little gutter coming out here, all the water trickling, and it gets a little bit muddy and then flows out. So it's always pays to keep your eyes peeled around these areas, because on the low tide you will get crabs just randomly sitting in the pools of water, and you see it's nice and clear and clean and salty there, whereas everything up here is all fresh and tannin, so they'll be looking for that bit of salty water. And because we've got a big full moon coming in a day or two, the salt water's starting to push in, and I'm hoping that's got everything on the move. A bit of a crab hole here. There's nothing visibly here yet, but we'll keep our eyes open in all those little areas as we cruise up, and you just never know your luck. We could find our first crab while we're just walking out and setting pots. Whee! Okay, sheltering the mic with my hand because it is absolutely blowing. This is our first little creek crossing we got. Luckily the ground's pretty rocky through here, what I feel. To be 100% honest, I've never actually walked up this creek before, so this is interesting. Looks like it could be fishy, especially when the water's cleaner. So much rock in here, considering we're on a big sandbank. Surely that's got to attract something. It's not overly deep either, which is handy. Oh, there we go. Big school of bait just here. Only a little bait, but still. Oh, there's heaps of it all the way down here, there's bait. Wow. That's interesting. Okay. Keep trekking along. Now, during the day we're pretty good, but we actually had a beach closed down south of us, not even north, for a croc that was actually 100% up on the beach. Had it slide and footprints and everything, and someone spooked it and they evacuated it. So when we got the torch out and coming out tonight, I think we'll keep our wits about us a bit. So you never know. All the water floating around can wash out some random stuff, and crocodiles in our neck of the woods would be pretty random. So. Okay. Holy, what a walk. Tell you what, this sort of adventuring stuff really keeps you fit, that's for sure. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to actually drop off a couple of pots. We're just going to take one with us up this creek. That way I don't have to carry the weight of 3 the whole way. And yeah, we'll sort this fella out, put her up the creek here somewhere that looks likely, and then we'll double back to our other pots and bring them up around the corner. Fingers crossed we can get something. We're in the thick of it now. I'm proper sinking right in here. So yeah, creek's looking good, it's looking fairly deep. So what we're going to do is just walk this edge and see if there's any like little feeders or anything that jut out, or even any substantial crab holes. And that's where we're going to focus our pot, I think. Wow. This is a mission already. There's a lot of likely looking trees and stuff in here too. We can have a bit of a poke in, so keep going until we find somewhere for the pot first. We'll have a bit of a look on the way out, I think. Okay, well, we've just walked up a bit further and there's like 3 or 4 pots up there, and I had a look at the markings on them and they're pro pots, so there's a good chance there'll just be pots all up there. So we're going to bail on this creek it's obviously already getting touched up by the pros, and we'll see if we can find a different likely area. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I don't trust them, it's just that every time I put pots in or around anywhere where they are, they either go missing, cut, or rock up mysteriously empty. So, yeah. Whoa! I'm just going to leave the zone alone. Not even going to bother, and we'll go find somewhere else. Obviously means a little bit more walking for me, but that's okay. Okay, see how we go. Man, I'm regretting this already. Thought I'd walk up along the mangroves, and no shit, we are knee deep. And I'm doing the equivalent of a CrossFit workout here. Holy. One step at a time, trying to get to the propagules and the mangroves here. Hopefully that firms things up a bit. Oh, here we go. Holy. Oh, okay. Got to, let me catch my breath, Jesus. Got to where I wanted to go. So we got puddles here everywhere, fallen trees. And I think this might be a likely little home for something. So set up our pot here. Whew. And yeah. Oh, I've got to have a breather, I'm dying. Okay. Oh, had a bit of a chance to have a breather. Wow. This is tough going through this thick. I need a drink. Oh, it's so tough going through this thick mud. I've just got a Tupperware, some chicken thighs in it. Just going to put a couple of them in each pot. And yeah, hopefully the smell of that on the incoming tide will waft the smell up into all this mangrove section where you normally can't put pots, and then they'll linger out, hopefully go in the pot, and then at low tide I'll be stuck. And that's the whole idea of walking pots in, because you generally can't get boats into this sort of country. So I know the creek around the corner is getting a touch up, but if the that area's fishing all right, up in here I'd assume should also do pretty good. Oh. Oh, man, this is messy work when you're knee deep mud. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a mission. It's going to be even worse tonight in the dark. So, two more likely areas. Let's keep trudging on. Our other pots are out here on the rocks, so hopefully there's a clear old pathway. What I might do is, for my ease at night, I don't know whether it'll stay here over the high tide or not, but I'll put a stick in. That'll give me an indicator of me walking along the rocks and give me an idea of where to cut in, so I don't have to walk through this knee-deep mud, because this is proper knee-deep. Look at that. That's wild. Oh, man. That is full on. Okay. Almost 10 metres to go. Oh. Wow, I thought the ankle deep stuff was hard work. Even that short distance. That's wild. Okay, we'll head up this way. Looks like we got some rain coming over too, just to make it a bit more interesting. So, yippee! These other two pots in some likely areas. Okay, so found another kind of likely area. We've got pools of water sitting at low tide, which is always a good thing. But I'm just having a look around for any sign of any sort of burrows or anything at all. Very sandy here, as opposed to muddy, which might mean it's just all silted over with the recent cyclone floody stuff going on. So it mightn't be the best option. Then it gets all shelly and gritty. So I think we'll keep walking. Seems to be a lot of low-lying water all through here. So we'll just keep strolling through a lot of areas like this. Big mangrove systems. So keep walking through. If we see any sign of anything at all, we'll drop our second pot, I reckon, because it's holding water on a really big low tide. I just want to see some sort of evidence that there might even be a hole or something here, not just dead flat sand with nothing going on. We're only running 3 pots, so I want to make sure our chances are the best that we can possibly do, and if that means walking a bit further, well then that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to run our second pot around here. So got this, whoa, got this little feeder creek going out. I just sunk then, going out into a rock pile and then more mud. But that there is a mud crab hole, and then we got some sign of all other life here too. So we're going to dump one right here, I think, and see how we go. Couple more bits of bait out. Hook him over. Good to go. Oh God. Okay, on to our last pot. Wow, this has been an absolute grind, but I'm going to go even further again for this last pot. Through this mud, there's another rock bar up here, but I think after that's more mud, and then we'll be approaching that green zone, so I don't want to go in that. So we're just going to pass this rock bar, keep our eyes open along the way and see what we can find. She is still muddy, she is still windy. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be getting these in the rain tonight, which will make it a bit more fun for everyone. But yeah, let's keep trekking, see where we can find next. Okay, so I've stumbled across something pretty cool here. A little turtle hiding in a shallow pond under a tree right here. See if I can give you a slightly better look at him here. I don't want to disturb him, so this is actually a total natural occurrence. He's not stuck or in danger or anything. These guys actually come up here in the high tide and just find a little nook and cranny and scoot on into some water, and his eyes are open, he's well aware I'm here, he knows I'm not a threat. But yeah, they just chill in the shade in some water, they know the tide's going to come back up, and then they mill around these mangroves and chew off all the little barnacles and bits of leaf and all that stuff. So if you do see them in here, don't go grabbing them and dragging them a country mile back out to the ocean, because they know exactly what they're doing, they're well aware of what's happening. And yeah, he's just chilling, all nice and nestled in, relaxed, so we're going to leave him be. But this is also a big important part why you shouldn't do this with crab pots and then leave them to rot, and what's called ghost potting, which is where people just do this. They go, oh shit, it's too hard, we're going to leave our crab pots behind. Because if I go up further, I guarantee there's an area up here where there's a whole heap of ghost pots, and there's a whole heap of turtle bones all through them, because the turtles go in for an easy feed of whatever's trapped in there, and then they're stuck in there, and people just never come back for their pots because they're too lazy, or they're holidayers. They'll come here on a holiday and go, oh bugger it, we bought them from BCF for 20 bucks each, just leave them, and then that's it. You're just constantly killing these poor little things. So don't leave your crab pots behind. If you're going to do it, have the balls to come back out here and get your pots, regardless of whether the weather's crap or you're running late or anything like that. Just yeah, do your part and help these little guys out, because it happens a lot more often than you think. So we're going to keep trekking on away from this area. We don't want him finding our pot later, so we'll keep waddling a fair way up and find another little zone. Okay, we've been going for a fair while now. That wind has really picked up. Not sure, I guarantee you can hear that in the microphone. Oh, we've come across this really crispy looking area here. Oh, my shoes actually come off in the mud then. This is like a big runoff here. We got big undercuts, we got empty logs, we got stuff going into mangroves and dropping out. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on up here. Another little kind of creaky area here, heaps of these big hollowed out mangroves. So to me, this looks very crabby. So we're going to put our pot right up in here and then run our float out the front so we can find it again tonight. But that wind has really picked up the ropes. Man, that's got to be over 30 knots now. That is right up there. We got another week of this wind yet, so you might be saying, why aren't you just going out in a boat in a local creek and dropping crab pots? Well, there's two reasons. One, because I don't even think a boat would survive out in this stuff, not my boat anyway. And two, we've actually bought another project boat. Oh, I've been umming and ahhing about it for a while, but because little Belle just turned 1 the other day, and I thought it's time to get something a bit more family friendly and not so fishing friendly, although I seem to have found a boat that is even more fishing friendly than the Scout was and family friendly at the same time. So I'm currently, oh my god, that is tight. I'm currently in the process of pretty much not rebuilding it, but definitely doing a heap of repairs to it and getting it into a state where I'm happy and confident in taking the whole family out without having any dramas whatsoever. Because over my years I've bought second-hand boats in the past and people have said that they're fine and they've been rebuilt and the wiring's been redone, and then first trip out everything goes wrong and it just makes you a bit concerned about taking it out again. So these times, or these days should I say, all I do is I gut absolutely everything everyone else has done. I'll do it all myself. I know exactly what's what, where it is, how it works, how to fix it if anything goes wrong, and that way I know from a safety perspective, damn this wind is crazy, I know from a safety perspective that I'm not putting anyone in any precarious situation that I wouldn't put myself. So that being said, we've got a couple episodes coming up, bit of a mini reveal of what the project is, and then hopefully in a month or so, a bit sooner would be nice, but I'm saying a month with the amount of work I got to do, I'll be doing a big boat reveal. So stay tuned for that. That is also partially the reason why we haven't been putting much content up, is because I've got the Scout in getting some work done to her, because she will be going up for sale. So some lucky person will continue my legacy in that little boat and hopefully continue to catch absolute sea giants out of a little 5.6 metre bay boat. Okay. Ooh-wee, that wind is wild. A fair bit of rope on this, which is good. Means I can drag it all the way out here, throw it over a tree, where I'll be able to see that float at night. Okay, it's all 3 pots set. Wash the old hands in this little creek mouth thing here, and yeah. Start our trek back. So while we're walking back, I'm going to continue to keep my eyes open and see whether we can see anything along the way. You never know, we might have stumbled past things looking for likely crab pot spots and missed crabs themselves. So pop our nose in a few holes along the way back and see what's going on. Likely looking little spots. So all little areas like this with random hollowed out or rotting logs and a little bit of water, sometimes you'll find them tucked in underneath a rotting log, because I'll be picking away at all the stuff that's biodegrading around it. Yeah, a little bit quiet. It's alright. Hopefully this bad weather hasn't been hiding, and tonight with that upcoming full moon I'll be out on the prow in the shallows, because I know with this wind the water will be super turbulent out wide and up the creek, but in here it'll be a bit more calm and they'll be able to manoeuvre a bit safer. So hence I've been putting the pots right up in the mangroves, putting my floats out a bit further so I can see where they are, and I'm hoping it's gonna be the undoing of a nice big buck. A little bit of luck. Yeah, no love so far on the front. Not finding any crabs on foot. Let's check all these little nooks and crannies. Never hurts to keep your eyes open, that's for sure. So keep waddling back and keep your eyes open. Oh. Well, not a big mud crab, but it is a crab. Look at him, feisty little fella. That thing's called a crenate swimming crab. They look very similar to a mud crab, but they've got a much wider little shell on them. Obviously quite aggressive because they are a bit smaller. We'll let that little fella go, but so yeah, who knows, we might get pots full of those guys yet. Oh geez, the old car tyre trick, eh? That's a bit sad. Too heavy for me to lug back though. Any small bits of rubbish or whatnot I usually throw in the backpack, but tyres are a bit beyond me. And I'm getting eaten alive, so I'm going to start hightailing out of here, I think. Come back tonight and fingers crossed one of our 3 pots has just got one big healthy buck in it, and this will all be a success. So I'm going to trudge all the way back over there through this knee-deep mud, and we'll see you guys bright and early in the morning in the dark. Fingers crossed it's not raining. We'll go see if we've got anything in these pots. Well guys, we're just about to head out for the evening and get stuck into some crabs hopefully. They've crawled into those pots overnight, but what we have got to power us on this little mission is a couple of brand new releases from the legends at Olight. This is the new Perun 3 replacing the Series 2, and this weapon here is the brand new Javelot Turbo 2. Now these torches have some serious punch, and we'll quickly run you through a few features of these bad boys, and you can make your mind up for yourself when you see just how much light these things pump out while we go and find our crabs. Now the Olight Perun Series 3 comes packed with a heap of the same features the Series 2 did, including the magnet charging lead that just pops straight on the back there for easy, seamless charging. On top of that, it also has a magnetic back that will clamp on just about anything metal and hold the own weight of the light, making it a very handy light for getting in tight places, engine bays, fixing your boat, or just out and about. Clamp it on the side of your car. This thing is an absolute little weapon. And not only a handy little handheld light, they also come with the head strap. And above and beyond the old Series 2, which was a rubber mount, this now has a clip-in plug and play mount, which makes sure that you can keep that handy little rear clip on the light at all times. You don't have to shuffle anything around or slide it in. It's simply clip it in, chuck it on your head, and you're ready to rock and roll. Now this thing here packs some serious brightness with a maximum of 3000 lumens and also casting 160 meter range. Now this is one little head torch that will tick a lot of boxes, and we've already got the Series 2, and that little torch is invaluable in just about every situation. So with the Series 3 housing a whole heap of new and improved design features, including cooling fins, mounting settings, and new and improved lightweight air breathable straps, this thing is a definite upgrade if you're already an Olight fan. Now on to the big dog, the Javelot Turbo 2. Now this big fella here, although slim in design, is one of the most powerful torches in the lineup. Designed specifically for hunting and trekking through the bush at night, this torch casts out an insane range. Now this fella comes absolutely stacked with features, and not only just features, but epic features at that. So we'll run you through a few of the things that this light has and can pull off. So the Javelot 2 has unmatched long range illumination, delivering 1800 lumens with a 1500 meter reach in turbo mode. It has a wireless remote that, paired with the flashlight, allows you to control from up to 8 meters away, and a huge rechargeable battery powered by a 5000 milliamp hour lithium battery pack that offers up to 272 hours of runtime. Now this light also has 2 charging methods, including the old traditional magnetized rear charging, and now the all and improved USB-C charging port. And along with that, the Javelot 2 also comes with a magnetic closing carry case, a remote control wrist strap, and is also compatible with a host of magnetic mounting systems should you wish to attach this to a weapon on your hunting trips. So there you have it, guys, some of the Olight range on the market at the moment, and we are lucky enough to be able to give you guys at home a 10% discount. We'll include the code below in the comments and the description, and you guys can get yourself 10% off at checkout on any Olight purchase. And stay tuned to keep watching, because we're about to show you what these two little weapons can pull off on a super dark night out. And I guarantee you, once you see what these things can do, you'll be in buying yourself one. So thanks to Olight for sponsoring this episode, and let's go find us some mud crabs. Okay guys, here, 1 o'clock in the morning. Holy. Let's see if we can go and find something going on in these crab pots. It is dark, it is windy, but we have got our awesome lights, so we're going to put them to the test. Wow, it's windy. Okay, so we're out on the sand flats and we're just about to fire up the big dog. So this is the be all and end all of hunting lights. Wow, okay. Damn. That is some crazy distance. That's the best part of 100 metres and I can see clear as day. It's probably a little bit harder to pick it up on the camera, but damn, that thing is bright. Look at this, it's almost burning a hole in the sand. So the aim is use this big dog to find our way to the pots, and then once we find them, headlamp's going to keep us in the zone. So I'm going to put everything away camera wise because I've got some muddy wet stuff to get through, and then once we're over there we'll kick the camera on, see how these pots have turned out. But look at that, that is insane reach on this thing, hey? Okay, it's wow, even on a low beam, that's cool. Okay, let's put this camera away and yeah, we'll get walking. Disturb him too much, but look at the patterns on that thing. That is epic. He's just chilling, the temperature's quite cool, it's quite moist, he's in no danger whatsoever, so I'm just going to let him chill out here. But cool thing about coming out at night, you see some unexpected stuff just sitting around. Get the light out of his eyes and keep trying to find our crab pops. Okay, I've been walking for a while and I found my float. I'll tell you what, without this big flashlight, I definitely would be struggling. The old headlamp wouldn't be getting it done. Just got a shower of rain starting to come over, so I'm gonna follow our rope. Crab pots in here somewhere. There it is. Oof, we got crabs. Are they bucks? Wow, we got a few crabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That one's definitely a Jenny. Jenny, that's a buck. And that's a Jenny. We've got one buck. I think he might be goer too. He might be legal. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, little hidey hole is paid off, eh? Little hidey hole is paid off. Okay, I'll open this pot up and get these crabs out. That's cool. Okay, that's 4 crabs in the first pot, 1 buck, 1, 2, 3 Jennies. That's sick. I think that buck will be touch and go. We'll have a look at him. Look at that, guys. It's 1 monster Jenny and 1 decent buck. He's going to be legal for sure. That's a good little crab, that one. And big old Jenny. We got 2 more Jennies in there, but that just goes to show that, man, hey, coming in here was well worth the effort. We got our buck already. He's been in the walls. I don't know whether you can see that in the light, but he's actually missing his nippers there. So this guy's coming home with us. The Jennies are going back, and yeah, it's going to be cool. So that's dinner sorted. He's pretty full too, which is good after all this rain. Generally, they tend to hollow out a bit, but this guy's very, very full, which is good. So he's coming home, and we'll let the other Jennies go. And that's 1 from 3. 2 more pots to check, so my fingers are crossed. 1 more of these would go really nice. Okay, I've been searching for ages for my pot. I couldn't find it. And check this out. My float has been physically cut off. So someone's walked in here yesterday afternoon, decided to cut my float off for whatever reason, maybe thinking I'd lose the pot and they'll come back and get whatever's in it. But yeah, tell you what, I wouldn't have found it without this thing, that's for sure. Because all I can see is the rope coming up to the external mangrove and that hanging down, so that's wild. And that's why you get ghost pots and stuff starts dying and people lose pots as well, because of absolute clowns coming through and just destroying other people's stuff. So yes, not an ideal situation. Luckily I am pretty savvy in where I put my pots and I actually find them. So we'll go and have a look. We've got a few in here. We've got 3 crabs, but they're all jennies, I think. Yep, all jennies. Big ones though, look at the size of them. Wow. And look at that one, that's almost orange, that one. That is crazy. We've just had a massive rain squall come through, so the rains haven't stopped, but that's our 3 jennies. What we're going to do is we're just going to unhook these, tip them out. Oh no, that's 2 jennies and a little buck, actually. That is a monster jenny though. And guys, get out. Okay. Look at that, they're almost orange. That is crazy. They are big crabs. Very big crabs. And you can see where she's going. She's going straight under that little hollowed out log. And that's exactly what I said when we were looking for spots to find crabs. She'll tuck in underneath there and yeah, let's make herself at home. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. We've got the other jenny over here. Look how rusty they are. Yeah, I thought they'd be fully hollow after the rain. Little baby buck. Come buddy. Ooh, he's been a blue too. He's actually missing the whole side of his shell. So even if he was a big crab, he probably wouldn't measure legal. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So another 3 crabs, 1 buck, 2 jennies, and yeah, leave these guys be. Try and find our 3rd pot. That's really sad about the rope and the float though. Not too happy about that, but can't do much about it. Hopefully we can find our 3rd pot. Okay, I'll pack this up and we'll go searching for number 3. Well guys, we found our last pot. That was a mission too. So this one's actually been shifted, I think. This float is absolutely covered in mud. And it's been wrapped around a tree on the inside. I wrapped it around the tree on the outside so I could find it. So it's kind of been hidden in a little bit. The pot hasn't moved, but the float definitely has. So I don't know whether people are trying to make it harder to find so they can come back and get them or what. But yeah, interesting. Now we've got crabs. Got 1, 2, 3. There's another one down here, 4. But they're all jennies, and there's some monster ones in there too, especially that big green one down the bottom. She is a very, very large crab. So I'll quickly get them out, give you a quick look and let them all go. And at least we got 1 crab for our efforts. I did, off camera, see a big mud crab in the little creek we were crossing, and I tried to get it, but the water stirred up too much. So I'm going to keep my eyes open on the way back, and you just never know if we come across him again. It was definitely a big buck. We'll just throw a pot on top of it because I couldn't get my hands anywhere near him. He was too quick and angry. And we might end up with 2. We'll have a bit of a look on the way back, see if he's still there. But yeah, give you a quick look at these ones. Oh, there you have it, guys. Just as another sprinkle of rain starting to come down. That's 2 of the jennies out of that pot. This one's all green and raspy. They got very orange coloration. I don't know whether that's because of the tannin water that's been coming through, but they're all clean, but they're all full. So must be with this full moon and the salt water coming in, they're starting to fill back up, which is good to see. But it's another 2 massive crabs, so put them in the water over there under the tree. They can get let go. We're going to hightail it out of here before we get a very wet tail. I feel like there's a lot of rain on the way, so it's not letting up anytime soon. We're going to pack this pot up and hightail it home. See if we can find that crab on the way home. Would be a bonus to get to, but if not, I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Cook up that crab. I've got an awesome little recipe planned, and it's going to be pretty epic. Okay, there it is. Lemongrass, garlic, prawn, bao buns, chili, coriander, cucumber, and fresh mud crab topper. Pretty tasty looking. Belle's just smashing some food in the background here. I'm growing tomatoes. Okay, Tia, smack on. Let me know what you think. You might want to take some chili off. It's a bit spicy.
I'll leave the spice on.
Leave the spice on.
Yeah, and then I'll just whinge about it later.
See what? See if the combo is any good.
Oh yeah, the prawn and the crab.
It should be. I reckon it's going to go down pretty good.
I just don't know how to attack it. That's quite spicy actually.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Can you taste the crab and the prawn there?
Yeah, but my whole top lip is actually burning.
I did mention.
Is that a regular chili?
It is. Oh, it's from the markets actually, farmers market. So yeah, maybe take the rest of the chili off that. She crying.
Whoa, that is like so hot. I was expecting like regular chili hot.
Yeah, Belle.
Burny.
That's spicy.
It's nice.
Nice. Okay. She is struggling. I'm gonna try one of these. That looks so tasty. A lot of hard work into this crap.
Was your chili spicy?
It is, but it's amazing. Look how thick that crab is. Oh, it's a bloody good combo. That heat's amazing.
I know, I can't feel
With the
my
lemon.
whole mouth.
With the lemongrass and everything going on, all the fresh flavours. Wow. Okay, and then you got the sweet of the bao bun as well, so that's awesome. It's about an 11 out of 10. I'm going to smash another couple of these, and I'm going to make a couple more for Tao with no chili on it. But hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Nice little cook up to end with, something fresh. It's still raining outside, it's still windy. So, oh no, it never ends, does it? And Belle's over the wind and rain too, so we're going to leave you there, legends. Till next one, be safe, be happy. See you on the next episode.